Hey everyone, welcome back to another unboxing video. Today I'll be taking a look at the 50th anniversary edition of George Harrison's 1970 classic, All Things Must Pass. This is the 8LP Super Deluxe edition. Now this comes courtesy of my friends over at Universal Music Group. I want to thank them for sending me this so that I could showcase it for all of you. All right, let's get into this thing. Right away, it comes in this massive box. If you are familiar with the original release, that was already 3 LPs, so that is a box in itself. So this is essentially 3 of those boxes put together. Now, one thing you'll notice in comparison to an original release is that they actually added a little bit of green here. So on my original press here, actually this is not that original, this is a later pressing, probably the early 70s, but you can see how it's all sort of monotone sepia, whereas this has a little bit of green, and of course you get the 50th anniversary right there. The hype sticker just pretty much just showcases what's on here. The new mix by Paul Hicks, and it's 880 gram heavyweight vinyl featuring previously unreleased studio outtakes and demos, plus a 60-page book, which I'm very excited for. On the side there, you get some nice gold leafing. And on the back, you get an info card telling you what's included. So you have the first 6 sides, first 3 LPs is the original album. And then the rest of here, you have 5 discs of demo sessions and jams were all recorded during the recording of this album. Honestly, this is just bonus awesomeness, but this right here, the demos, day 1 and day 2, it's incredible to hear how well together these songs are, even at this early stage. I mean, this is what he played for Phil Spector. They recorded it to kind of get an idea, but a lot of these songs were so fully formed, and it's really cool to hear a different version of it, if you know what I mean, and recorded very, very well. All right, so that's pretty much the box. This is what, on the side here, you have the original LP, the demos and outtakes, and then you have the book. So let's take a look at these individually. So we're gonna set the other items aside for the time being. And here we have a replica of the original release. Comes in a very similar box. I've already kind of showcased that, but there you have the spine there, blank on the back, and it does open like a book. Here we go. On this side, you get track listings, credits, and whatnot. And here's the thing I really love about this particular release. I'll get to the poster in a second, but if you're familiar with the original release, all the records came in these paper sleeves. Now they recreated those sleeves, but instead of shipping the records in those, they instead put the records in poly-lined paper sleeves. And I just think that's fantastic. So this is the first record here. Go ahead and show you that. There's side 1, there's side 2 there. You got the lyrics for all the songs. Here is the lyrics for the second record. Here is the second record. There's side 3, side 4, and then you have Apple Jam. The sleeve for Apple Jam. Here you have side 5, side 6. And on the inside, just a nice orange color there. So this is a pretty faithful recreation of the original poster. I love how it's on this matte paper too. Just looks gorgeous. Now this is pretty much what you'll get if you buy the standard 3LP release on its own. So they do offer this by itself if you don't want the extra disc. So that's pretty much what you're getting when you buy that. Although I think that particular release does come with a little booklet talking about specifically the 2020 mix. However, you're not going to be missing out on anything if you only buy the 8LP, because I believe that same section is part of this book. And let's move on to the other 5 LPs included in this box set, because this is really exciting stuff. Right off the bat, look at that. I love the recreation of the EMI tape box. So cool, you get the dates right here, and there you have on the spine there, and the back is blank. Very similar opening to the box. Different color on the inside, but here you have the track listings for all 5 LPs. And just like the previous release, let's see, get these out gingerly. These all have their own custom inner sleeves, but the records are not shipped in them. So you get that lounging gnome right there. And here is what should be this is the first LP. I really like these types of Apple labels that they generally use for demos. Like I've noticed it with some of the Paul McCartney releases as well. So here you have day 1 demos. There's side 2. Here is the inner sleeve for the second record. The second set of day 1 demos, side 3 and 4. Another gnome there. Here is side 3. And there is side 4. Here is the third LP, so the second day of demos. There's one side, and there's the other side. And here is the record itself. We have side 1 of day 2 demos, and there we have side 2 of day 2 demos. And here is the first LP of session outtakes and jams. Side 1. And there is side 2. And so here's the final sleeve here, side 3 and 4. Very similar to the first one. And here is side 3, side 4. And again, you have a blank space on the bottom of the box. Now we're gonna go into the book. So by and large, this sort of encompasses all of the original album tracks, little blurbs on each, and then it goes into a little bit about the 2020 mix. So I'm just gonna flip through this, and if there's anything specific, I'll just call that out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let you guys check it out. I love this quote. Even before I started, I knew I was going to make a good album because I had so many songs and I had so much energy. Ain't that the truth? Overall, really enjoy the behind-the-scenes photography and the attention to detail with all the scrapbook items. It really is gorgeous. Love the studio layout right there. Dang, he's got, there's a Lincoln Continental right there. Oh man. Such great cars. See, I love these Apple labels. I guess they must have used them for acetates. Here's a little blurb about going into the 2020 mix. Then you have credits for both the 2020 mix and the original album there, original album credits. And then you have just a breakdown of each of the 8 LPs. There's the back. So yeah, this is the 8 LP Super Deluxe Edition. I love this album, and I'm so glad it got the deluxe treatment. I did not expect to get 5 LPs worth of extra material previously unreleased. I love the demos. It is like a second album in itself. I love hearing these songs stripped down or just a little different. It really is worth the price of entry. Plus the extra studio sessions, outtakes. I love hearing that stuff. As I get older, I think I'm getting more and more into that kind of stuff because I love to hear the creative process. Even if we can't watch this, I love to hear how things came together. And some of the songs that they sang are, I love hearing this version of Get Back that's on here. He also does this rockabilly number that just feels like a throwback to their Hamburg days. And there's a lot of joy on this album, and I think that comes through when you listen, well, when you listen to the whole thing, but honestly, when you start to hear George talking in the studio, that is such a treat for me. And the book is fantastic. I'm a sucker for picture books. Maybe that makes me a simpleton, I don't know, but I love these types of books. And to get little snippets of each song, kind of what went into it, plus all those photos and mementos, keepsakes, it's just, it's beautiful to look at. The box is sturdy, it looks gorgeous. There's not really anything that I don't like about this presentation. All right, everybody, that will do it for today. Let me know what you think of the new 2020 mix. I personally haven't done an A/B comparison with the original, but I'm looking forward to doing so. And if you picked up a copy, which version did you get? Did you get the 8LP, 5, 3, one of the CD releases, or did you get that Uber Deluxe crate? I want to know. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.